Abby looks like the perfect good girl, but it turns out she has a past she doesn't want to talk about. She runs away to college to explore life outside her family. Arriving at her new college, she meets her best friend and roommate, Mare. She was more than excited to meet Abby, and she told her all the exciting things happening in her life, including her newfound boyfriend, Shepley. And Shepley was coming to take them out for the night. Abby declined the invite. She just arrived and wanted to reset, but Mare was convincing, pulling her leg until she comes. Her boyfriend arrives and takes them to a fighting ring, but Abby could not be more uneasy. She wanted to leave, and on her way out, she clashes with a man who awakens her unexpressed desires. The bad boy her mom would have absolutely hated. She was totally intrigued by him. He was bold and reckless enough to get hit by her, and she loved every second in that ring, lost in thought as he stared into her eyes. Even with blood all smeared on her dress, her focus could not be swayed. The fight comes to an end, and she goes back to her room. She still could not hold herself back as she dreams about him in her sleep and fantasized about him in the shower. She thought she would never see him again, but it turns out he was in the same college as her and brothers with Shepley. His name was Travis, and he introduced himself to Abby. Abby wanted nothing to do with him, and she made sure to let him know. But Travis laughed the challenge. Her mouth was saying one thing, but her body and mind was saying something else. And unlucky for her, Travis catches her in the act as she stalks his social media in the classroom she was supposed to be concentrating. He took the bold step of asking her out, to which she rejected, but he knew she had already accepted. They went on a beautiful date and got to know each other, but before the night came to an end, Abby leaves, claiming she wasn't going to sleep with him. The next day, Abby gets to use the shower in the dorm, and it turns out the water is out. She moves off campus to Shepley's place, as Mare had already moved out with Shepley. Then she heard the bad news. Travis was staying there too. She wanted to leave, but Mare asked her to stay. She was introduced to Travis that night in the most unexpected way, as she walks in on Travis having fun with another woman. They speak shortly after, as Abby continues to appear unconcerned. There was no room for Abby to sleep in, and she ended up on Travis's bed. The next morning, they woke up fighting like a married couple, all because Abby did not know where to put her hands while they slept. Abby goes on a jog the next day and meets a guy named Parker. Parker is the type of guy she's not attracted to, but believes is good for her. But everywhere she looked, she saw Travis. Parker asks for a date, and she accepts immediately. The only way to move on from someone is to move under. Anyway, Abby was excited for the date. She had a nice time with Parker, but the night was young, and he wanted to take her to another show. Travis had been texting Abby the whole day, but she wasn't replying. She walked into a buzzsaw as the show Parker was taking her to was a fight for Travis. She did not want to stay and tried to move out to get some fresh air. But she meets Travis before his fight as they both scream at each other. Travis makes a bet with her, one she could not refuse. If he was punched once in the ring, he will go without fun for 3 months. But if he goes unscathed, Abby will move in with him for a month. Abby never thought she could lose. She tried to root for the opponent, but her roots were attached to something else. Abby was frustrated, and Travis could not help himself. He won convincingly. They moved in together, getting to know each other, and as the days went by, the closer they got. Travis, for the first time, introduced a girl to his family, and they were excited to have her. This was turning into something they both did not want to admit, and the kiss finally happened. Abby was still fighting her feelings, but her brain could not help itself. She ran into the bathroom, talking to Mare about how he felt about him. But when she came back, Travis was gone. He had seen a message on her laptop from a guy named Mick, who he assumed was her boyfriend. Abby leaves the next day, hurt by Travis's insecurity, but he knew exactly how to make it up to her. He throws her an amazing birthday party, and all night, Abby tries to flirt with Parker, but Parker finally realizes she wasn't the one he wanted. Abby runs away from Travis as he says some fuzzy words, and she ends up kissing him and throwing up in his mouth. They have a wonderful evening, but something unexpected happens the next day. Abby was requested back to Vegas because her father was in trouble. It turns out, Abby ran away from home because her father was a gambling addict and he owed people a lot of money. Abby was a poker prodigy and she made all the debt for her father's release in one night. Travis woke up and found that Abby was gone and packed all her things. He rode after her with his motorcycle all the way to Vegas, beating the guys who had her hostage. But somehow, this made Abby mad. She wanted to solve this all on her own. The fight turned into steamy fun, pushing Travis to raise the money for Abby in a fight. But as Travis went, Abby found her father had set her up. He never owed anyone, and the money he wanted was a runaway money to Denver. But he could not enjoy it as Abby took all of it back. Abby drove the car to the fight, where Travis was saving him from a fight he did not need to have. They go back to the hotel room and spend the night together as Abby finally confesses her love to Travis. The movie comes to an end with Travis and Abby inseparable in their chaotic love, a beautiful disaster that finally made perfect sense. Moral of the story: what a load of crap pile.